How we doing, folks? It's Kent, KandM Outdoors. What we're going to do today is something a little different than a smoking video. We are going to do a pulled pork, but we are going to do it in a crock pot. Now, what we've got here is a sirloin roast, but hopefully it's going to be good and tasty. What we're going to do is rub it down, let it marinate overnight, and then we're going to proceed to do our thing tomorrow in the crock pot. Guys, Malcolm Reed is 100% on the money with that stuff. That is good. You can order it off his website. What was it, Marissa? $10, $7 shipping, 17 bucks. And I mean, this is, you can't really tell like the size of it. Hold on for a second. Let me get a normal one, kind of give you a comparison, because I mean, a lot of people, that was like me, you know, when I seen it, I was like, Jesus, you know, that's high. But this is normal. This is a normal shaker, you know, like a rub. You see the size difference in it. I mean, you're 4.5 ounces. This is 16 ounces, so you're getting over what, 3 times the amount. You know what I mean? But like I said, good stuff, guys. Good stuff. What we're going to do is I'm going to take this thing out, take the bone off of it before we put it in a crock pot. We don't need the bone. We're going to do it low and slow. I figure 8 hours or something. I'm just going to cut the bone out like I said. Alright, guys. Put the little mustard on it. I said, ain't worried about giving it no bark or nothing like that. We're just seasoning it up good. And like I said, tomorrow when we get up, we're going to throw it in a crock pot. We've got a, what is it, a Coke and a jelly mixture that we're going to do. We're going to try it out like you would, like the meatballs or whatever. And we just take you through it, guys. We'll see you when it gets done, I guess. How we doing, guys? It's yeah, I don't know, 10 o'clock in the morning. We've let the rub sit on. We've let the roast sit all night. Sorry about that. We didn't go to bed till late, but we've got it set on high for 10 hours. What I'm gonna do, once it warms up, I'm gonna turn it back to low and just let it slow cook all day. Got one medium onion. I'm just gonna put it in the bottom. Like I said, this is something we've never made before. I just figured we'd do a change from the smoking scene for a while. Just do something that was fairly simple. I'm just laying that on the bottom. The shoulder, I called it a roast earlier. I'm sorry about that. Been sitting all night, rubbed down with the barbecue rub. I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna lay it right on top of the onions. Oh, wash my hands off a little bit. Next, what we're gonna do is, traditionally, I've seen people use a Coke, but we ain't a big fan of Coke no more. So we're using a Pepsi Cola. Just gonna pour the whole can down in there, guys. I'm just pouring it around. I don't want it to wash my rub off. That's a whole can of Pepsi. I've got half a bottle of BBQ. Just gonna dump the whole thing in. Might have put a little BB on top. I think I'm gonna run a little water in it, make sure we get it all out. I think, Mercy, is enough for you? I think we're gonna put a little dab more BBQ.
That's probably fine. We can always add some later.
Okay. Next. What's that? Grape jelly. Get you a big glob of it to stick her right in that juices, son. Good, or one more little one for good taste?
Maybe a little on the far end, just to evenly distribute.
This here?
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. That's basically what we got going on right there. I feel him warming up, so I'm just going to go ahead and temp him back down to low. Let it set, let it cook. Like I said, I've got it on for 10 hours. I'm going to meat probe it at 8 hours. Probably 6 hours, 7 hours. Y'all know me. I like to check the temp. Meat probe it if we can get that 195, 200 degree temp. I'm going to pull it. What I'm going to probably try to do is I'm not sure yet. I guess it's something I'll have to ponder on. I've been thinking about pulling it out, but I'd say at 200 degrees it'll be so tender I'd say I can pull it out in chunks. Pull it out. Pull it actually. And then maybe take some of the au jus or whatever it's called, the juices that's left over. Which I believe it's going to be so tender we ain't going to need that, guys. Like I said, this is all just something we're trying, and cram the lid back on it. Yeah, wipe that thing down a little bit. Been sitting on top of the fridge for a long time.
It got dusty.
Dusty old house. Yeah, this old house here's probably pushing 100-year-old. Can't blame it for being dusty. Alright, guys, we appreciate you. We'll come back, through the process and let y'all check her out. Alright, guys, we've had it on about, 7.5, 8 hours. Had it on low the whole time. I'm gonna get in here and check it out. We added some baby portobellos there a while ago. Man, that looks good. Check the temp. We're looking for about 200 degrees. We'll be good to go on it.
Check and see what we got.
We're sitting at 190 right there. $200 there. We'll give it just a little bit longer, guys, and I'll come back with you when we get it out and pull it. Alright, guys, we've been running her low and slow for about 9 hours. We got the temp on it, 205, so we're good. We're just going to get it out and kind of show you how it looks when we pull it here, whatever. It's already falling off. Alright, guys, we got a chunk out. Some of it's falling apart. We're going to pull it. The au jus, or whatever it's called, it's got onions and mushrooms in it. I think we're just going to pull this, put it in a bowl, and you know, as people get it out, they can. I'm going to leave that on like a warm or whatever, and just let it keep warm, and we'll pull it and see how tender it is. Pretty tender, I'll be honest with you. Now, I'm not going to pull this real fine. I'm just going to, you know, let pretty well just chunk it up kindly, and anybody that wants it finer, you know, we can get that for them. But as you see, the slow cooker has really fall off the bone. Wouldn't you agree with that, Marissa?
Looks great.
I mean, it's just tender, 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 guys. And we started this at about 10 o'clock this morning or so. Marissa, maybe a recap on what we put in it. We seasoned it last night. We rubbed it down with mustard. We seasoned it with Malcolm Reed's The Barbecue Rub. Good stuff, guys. Let it set overnight. Got up, put it in the crock pot.
We started with a bed of onions and added
Onions. We cut up one medium-sized onion, placed it in the bottom.
Added a can of Pepsi, mostly because that's what we had on hand.
Yep, we don't like Coke.
And we treated the sauce and stuff that it was going to cook in kind of like you would with meatballs. We did some normal barbecue sauce and grape jelly, along with, I think we ended up adding some mushrooms later. I don't think we got that on film, but we added some mushrooms to it later.
Added some mushrooms, some baby bellas.
And I think that's all that we put in it.
Probably all we put in it, guys. We let her hum low and slow for 9.5, 10 hours. And I don't know if I've ever told you this, guys, but Sticky Fingers, to me, the best barbecue sauce you can get, hands down. But with the dinner, we've got the pulled pork. We've got Mama's homemade baked beans, and let me tell you, they are delicious. We've got some fresh corn. Marissa, you want to get in and show them the au jus, as you call it?
It's called an au jus.
Au jus. There's onions, baby bella mushrooms, and another chunk of meat. That's it, guys. I guess this really wouldn't be a good cooking video unless we tried a piece of it out. But I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to use that as a Dunkin' sauce. I'm not even going to try it. I'm going to let Marissa try it and hear her in the background.
That is really delicious.
Yeah, well, I know I was going to say, man, they can't see you shaking your head, you know.
Oh, well, I'm a mouthful.
It's good stuff, guys. It really is. But thank y'all for watching. That's a pretty simple method of doing pulled pork if you want to try it that way. We appreciate y'all watching. Thank y'all. God bless you.